Hi everybody, my name is Bryan Hullihen, and as many of you know, I am in recovery from drug abuse, from alcoholism and drug addiction, and have been sober since May 23rd, 2012. That's my sobriety date. The last time that I've used drugs or drank alcohol was May 22nd, 2012, and I just want to talk a little bit about my path to success, not just in recovery, but in life. And ironically, those two are synonymous with one another. And when I was younger, I used to attribute a lot of the pain and suffering that I was going through to not being able to have certain things or be able to accomplish certain things that I set out in life. I always used to think that I would be happy when I got X, Y, or Z. And I would see a lot of my friends and family that would set out in their lives to accomplish certain goals, and their lives were just getting better and better. You know, they were getting married, they were buying houses, they were buying nice cars, they were doing all this stuff, and they were acquiring all these material possessions. And I used to think that that's what I needed, that once I had those things, I would be happy, I would be successful, and that's what I went after. Those are the things that I sought in my life. And they continued to elude me. They continued to elude me, and I continued to drink and use drugs. I continued to get more and more depressed and get captured in that whirlwind of just suck. And my life got worse and worse and worse. And through being beat into submission and finally surrendering, throwing my hands up in the air and just being like, you know what, I'm done. I don't know what else to do. I was placed in a position to actually be led to find some recovery. And I remember one day in particular, I had about a week of sobriety. I was sober about a week, and I was starting to smile a little bit more, and I was starting to feel pretty good. And I started to associate success with sobriety. My definition of success started to change, and I started to recognize that my goal, my mission was recovery, was sobriety, was success in my recovery. And it was a process, but after I started to recognize my mission and the thing that became paramount in life to all other things being my recovery, once I had that as my mission every day, and that's what I focused on, and my definition of success changed. So I used to associate success with material possessions, being married, all that kind of stuff. And at that point in my life, I started to associate success with sobriety. And when that happened, over time, the more I focused on my sobriety, the more I focused on going further in my recovery from alcoholism and drug addiction, the more those things that I thought were going to bring me happiness just started showing up in my life. So I wrote about this in my blog at much greater detail than I just explained it to you. And you could check that out by just typing in myname.blogspot.com. And that'll take you to my blog. Or you could go to my Facebook page at Facebook.com/soberlivingarizona.com. So check those out. You could follow the links to my blog, and I'm going to have the link associated with that blog put on this video, so you'll be seeing it right here on the screen. Just follow that link, or type in that link in your URL, and it'll take you right to that blog. You can read about that in its entirety. So thank you so much. I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you all so much for your support, and I will see you next time.